What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're gonna revisit Hogwarts Legacy, and we're gonna do so on the secondary computer. It was still kind of a stuttery mess on the laptop and the Steam Deck. Haven't tried the Ally, but I'm gonna guess that's more of the same. But figure, why don't we go ahead and see how it does now on the secondary computer. So, before we hop into the game, as usual, for everyone who's new and clicking on this video and never heard me before, let's go over all the specs of this thing so you know what we're working with here. We got a 5800X3D. It's undervolted by 25 on all the cores. Then we've got ourselves a RTX 3090 Founders Edition, which has 75 on the core and 420 on the memory. Then we got ourselves a AsRock X570 Taichi motherboard for a motherboard. Then we got 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM. It's 3600 megahertz, and it's CL14 and dual rank. We also have a 360mm all-in-one by EK. It's just the basic one, no fancy RGB or nothing. I figured I had enough RGB with the keyboard and the motherboard and the RAM, so figured let's not go overboard with this one. The main computer's already RGB'd out enough as it is. But anyway, then we've got ourselves a 1000 watt power supply. It's a Corsair RM1000 gold rated power supply. It's kind of old, but it's still kicking, so I'm gonna keep using it for now. Then we've got the monitor, and the monitor is a 34-inch Alienware ultra wide. It's 3440 by 1440, 120 hertz. It has G.Sync, but it has no FreeSync. It's not one of the fancy ones that can do both. And then it has no HDR either. And it's, if I didn't mention it, it's an IPS panel. So it's pretty decent, but you know, it's getting a little long in the tooth. It's probably at the bottom end of high-end monitors at this point, but still a great monitor. If anybody's happy with it, there's no reason they should go out and throw it out. Me, I want to turn this into an all AMD computer, so I'm gonna go get that Xeon Flex 45-inch ultra wide, that OLED one that's bendable, and then I'm gonna get a 7900 XTX and plop that in there. And like I said, I'm gonna give this monitor and that GPU to my mom so she can have fun with some games too. She's been getting into some lighter games, you know, like, so that thing will probably last literally her whole life until or unless it dies. So anyway, now that we got all that out of the way, let's go ahead, take a look at the settings we're gonna run with, and then hop into the game. So now let's have a quick look at the settings we're gonna run for a second computer on ultra wide. Since we're at such a high resolution, again, we don't really need a lot of anti-aliasing, so I turned that to low. We maxed out the field of view, turned off some of that nonsense I don't like motion blur, depth of field, and all that stuff, and film grain or whatever, yeah, film grain. Well, now we're just gonna leave everything on ultra, but we're not going to run any ray tracing. Can't quite do that and stay over 60. Plus, it makes it stutter even worse, if you can imagine that. But anyway, let's go see how it runs. Well, alright. Let's get ourselves a little Hogwarts gameplay here. And I gotta remember, there's some frickin' place that you cannot go, and I think it was over that way. This is the door you can go through here. Jeez, went to go take a drink and my dang coaster stuck to my drink. But yeah, this is actually doing a pretty damn good job. Is there a stutter every now and again? Sure, but it seems to be staying over 60 for the most part. I don't think it's went under yet. The bells. Out in a little courtyard here.
It's always so exciting.
Owls in the Great Hall, eh? Oh, this is the greenhouses. I didn't want to go in there. Alright though, let's go ahead and move on to Hogsmeade. We are in Hogsmeade now, so let's just run around again. And already doing a much better job than the laptop did. So that's pretty badass. Now if I remember correctly, this computer actually played this game a little smoother than my main computer because it wasn't forced to do 4K. This might be one of those times where that 3D VCache shit actually helps out tremendously with stuttering or something. I'm just throwing ideas out. I don't know for sure. I just remember I stuttered a lot more than I did with this. And then, just not a huge spoiler, but since I've already gotten all the footage and these are just voiceovers I do after the fact, the main computer actually does stutter more than this thing. Quite a bit, actually. It's not quite as bad as a laptop, but it's pretty not fun either. Like, this would be a funner experience. And we're at higher settings here too, just besides the resolution. So that just goes to show you that specs and all that and resolution don't always equal better gaming experience. But also a good reason why I'm happy to be blessed enough to have multiple different things I could game on. If one thing don't handle it, I can move on to something that can. Most of the time, unless it's just a total shit port. Like Jedi Survivor, when that came out, there was no computer that could handle that game. It was even a shit show on the consoles. I think it was something like 720p, and then it was still dropping under 30 FPS like all the time. I'm sure they fixed it by now, but because they made it halfway decent on the PC, though it still has a bunch of damn stutters. I just beat the game like a day or two ago. Definitely a fun game, but definitely had a lot of fucking stutters as you were going around on certain maps. Which takes a lot out of the game, I gotta say. But at the same time, it doesn't take enough out for me to want to play it on console and deal with subpar, like, looks of the game. That's why I'm kind of irritated. PC used to have your cake and eat it too, but now it's just like, nah, bad port. Nah, bad port. Anyway, though, hopefully that won't last long. But to the forest. Well, alright, let's go take a trip into the forest now and see how it does there. Wow, we actually dropped under 60 just for a split second there. I don't know if it was just loading in some shit into the VRAM or memory or what, but a stutter and a drop under 60 is a drop under 60. But most of the time here, it's well over 60, as you've seen, so not gonna sit here and mess with the settings anymore. Oh, it seems to be 420. So we will go ahead and take ourselves a good old-fashioned 420 hit. As soon as I get this damn cat hair out of my bowl. Misty's awesome and all, but it kind of sucks when I have cat hair all over the place and everything all the time. But, whatever. She's cute, so I love her and I forgive her anyway. Anyway, that hit.
These rocks have seen better days.
They sure have. That is some tasty green. This is some first-class funk. Sure are a lot of funny names for weed, but that's half the fun. That and the taste, that's what I usually go for. Because I don't know if a lot of people know this, but the THC shit is usually like 10% off. So, just as an example, something that says, I'm 21% THC could be 11% THC. So, I go more for taste and all that shit, just have fun with it. Pretty much any modern day cheap stuff. Or if you're using it for medical conditions, you gotta figure out what one works for you, and boom. Kind of like that guy's getting a freaking barrel to the face. But in any case, this seems like a pretty damn good spot for us to go ahead and move on to a little bit of camera. So, let's go to the camera now. Alright guys, now for a little camera recorded gameplay here. So let's just run around in Hogwarts for a little bit, and then we'll do the same thing, go over to Hogsmeade, and then head on over to the forest. And then we'll fly around on the broom a little too. That's right at the end. Sure is a lot of interesting stuff in this castle, too. Almost every single freaking thing from just a freaking potted plant looks interesting.
You are too kind.
Too kind! So it's doing pretty damn good. Obviously it's not flawless with the frame times, but it's doing alright. And I don't really want to go up. Let's go down. Or not down, but over here. Well, I guess in a way we're going down. There's a couple steps there. Hey, you.
Potato!
Haha! I attack you, book! Haha! Alright, well. I'm surprised I never got that page. But this fucking place is so fucking massive. It's hard to explore it all and get everything. Any case, though, let's go move to Hogsmeade. Now let's run around Hogsmeade a little bit. Also happens to be night time now. So let's just run around for a little bit, and then we'll move on to the forest. And then, like I said, we'll also get a little bit of some flying around on your broom. I'm sure a lot of people want to see how that performs. But yeah, it seems like you need a beefier and beefier computer just to, like, get away from bad optimization. But it still doesn't completely solve all problems. It's not one thing, it's another.
It's a good thing we have all. I do.
And with that, let's go move to the forest. Well, we've made it right to in front of the forest here, so let's go head on in. Definitely seems to be either running night, because we dropped under 60 to 59 over here while it was daytime. Unless that was just like the shadow play turning on. Sometimes that shit will make stuff stutter for a second, and sometimes it won't. It's very, very fickle, but I don't really care. Definitely is a pretty creepy forest at night, that's for sure. Squirrels don't seem to mind. Though I don't really see too many squirrels at night. At least not in Michigan. Possums, skunks, and raccoons, absolutely. This case sure does have good airflow though. Both of these things, both the GPU and CPU, are pretty damn chilly.
Incendio.
Oops, wrong button. Uh-oh, it sees me. That's right, you can't hurt it without hitting it with fire first.
Incendio.
Ah, son of a bitch. There we go. Motherfucker. In any case, now let's fly around on our broom a little bit here. Alright, here we go. So I guess I can fly one-handed. I had to itch my eye a little bit, but didn't want to stop the video just for that or sit in one place, so luckily my left hand can contort in such a way I was able to hit the frickin' forward button and the trigger at the same time. So, cool beans. And alright, and with that, let's go wrap this video on up. Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Hogwarts Legacy on the secondary computer. And it did much better than the laptop and everything else, but we still had some stutters here and there, and we dropped under 60 one time, down to 59. So it could happen again here and there, but it's a 60+ experience on this guy for the most part. So that's pretty nice, but I don't know. I think like it got maybe a little smoother than it did before. I wish the laptop would have shared the same, you know, uptick, but must be something in there that the game just doesn't like. But in any case, that is all I got for you guys for this particular video. It's time to go move on to the main computer. And then I think it's about time to mow the damn lawn, which is gonna take like 3 hours at this place versus like the 20 minutes at the old house. But hey, totally okay. I'd rather have all the land and take care of it. It's something to do, you know? But in any case, that is all I got for you guys for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.